Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are talking Pop the Balloon or Find Love with Arlette. Everything I say is alleged in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description. So a couple housekeeping meat and potato items. It is free to follow me. It is free to follow me on this platform, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my second channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Tickety Talk as long as 47. Keeps it around for the next couple months, an Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the not on the TikTok, I just said that, on Instagram, on the Instagrammies, Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere, you guys. So we need to talk Pop the Balloon or Find Love with Arlette. Those of you who don't know, I did a video previously on the spoof of Pop the Balloon, but this will be my first episode reviewing of the episode that just came out today, episode 41. Let me know in the comments if you want me to review past episodes, if you want me to review the reunion, if you want me to review the updates on whether or not people made matches and all of that. But in this particular video, those of you who are new to my channel, I like to get straight to the point. I don't like to waste your time. So I'm going to cut these in segments based off of, each suitor that comes up to, within the episode. So we're not in a long drawn out, video. So nonetheless, I am going to talk about the first gentleman. So basically, we got the intro in this. Shout out to Fashion Nova. They are sponsoring Arlette. She looks great in this beautiful green dress and all the things. And this is the thing, y'all. You can look good. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars to look good. And some of the things that cost thousands of dollars, you're really just paying for the label. You're really just paying for the name. But you can't put yourself together and look like $1 million. Sometimes with the best of the best, there are people who can make, Tamu look like, never mind. But, let me say this. So first in this episode, we have the men are going to be the suitors, and they are going to be choosing the single eligible women. So the first man that we have, his name is Gerald. He is 37 years old, and, he is a licensed financial advisor. He's a landlord. He's a YouTuber, real estate investor, likes working out, has 2 children from a previous marriage, also is into personal development. He has a 13-year-old and 11-year-old, and said that his relationship with God is very important, and having an emotional intelligence. His deal breakers, are people who don't want to grow in a relationship with God, who are not, and he's not looking for any perfection here, but his deal breakers are people who are not ambitious, not willing to create a legacy. And then right off the bat, y'all, a balloon pops after hearing not wanting to create a legacy. So 32-year-old Chanel, she's a makeup artist as well as an esthetician, and so she said that she popped her balloon because she felt that there was not chemistry between her and the gentleman. And so nonetheless, also, he has 2 kids, and, understands that there's no problems, but she said for her, she wants more kids, and only wants to date somebody with 1 kid. So I was a little bit confused about that, because I'm like, well, if you want more kids, why does it matter how many kids he has? Like if he's got 2 kids and you got 1, and he may want more kids, like, why is it an issue? I was confused there. I was a little bit lost. So, but it was nothing about his appearance or how he spoke or anything like that. So then he tries to clarify, you guys. And so now he's talking about, now he wants more kids, right? And I think this is where things start to go completely haywire, because he can't decide. At first, he made it seem like he was done with the 2 kids, but then as he talks on and on, it seems like more kids are on the horizon. And a lot of these women appear to have children. And so then he makes the comment, that he wasn't as great as a father the first go around with the first set of kids. And then you hear, boom, another balloon pops, y'all. And so then he continues to ramble on, says that he was young, he made mistakes, he's grown into a better man, and he wants to give, he feels that he is a good father and all of these things. And so, then somebody else, pops their balloon, then like 2 more balloon pops, y'all. So then another person, they give their explanation, who's a singer model, Farrah, and she's, doesn't feel the chemistry, doesn't feel the instant connection, feels that, and he feels that she's beautiful, just not his type. So then another person who popped their balloon was Erica. She's 35. She's a registered nurse. She popped her balloon because, she doesn't want any more kids. She's done with the baby making business. And she says she has an oldest that's 17 that's almost out the house. And, then she has a 13-year-old. And she said she wants a man basically that's going to have the freedom to travel and build a life with. And so basically his rationale, Gerald's rationale, is for wanting more kids now, from previously pivoting to make it seem like he was done, was he wants to give more. It sounds like he just wants to, he wants more people, to have his DNA. That's what it was kind of giving. And wants to have more kids, felt Erica was a beautiful woman and attractive, but not sure that this was going to be his type over time. And she was like, well, if you're willing to compromise on the kid situation by not wanting more, then maybe there could be a different conversation or whatever. But nonetheless, felt he was a well-spoken black man, and it was great that he wanted to be involved in kids' lives. Another balloon pops. and all this and that, but still, wanted him to consider not having more kids, and then she would have hollered, and all of these things. And, maybe another redo, right? So then another balloon pops, y'all, and then another one, like DJ Khaled, and then another one, right? So then Letitia, who was 30 years old, she's a crypto investor, felt that he was handsome, felt he was well-dressed, but she was not attracted to his face. Oh my gosh. Here we go. So everything was right except for the facial features. The facial features she was just not feeling, right? So then she says that she's beautiful. He says she's beautiful, but not his type as well. Then another balloon pops. This is then they go to a 34-year-old by the name of Nidra, who is a client research analyst at a health insurance company, who is also a content creator. And her thing is basically what I said. He seemed unsure on whether or not he wanted more children, and basically wanted to be in a space where she wants more kids, and wanted more consideration and everything else. And so he says that she's attractive, but he's not attracted to her compared to the other women. I was like, oh, here we go. So then next we go to Kalia, who also popped her balloon. And so she is 28 years old. She is a 4-year-old, and she wants more kids. And so she feels, based off of the age of her 4-year-old versus his kids being older at the age of 11 and 13, they're in 2 different places. And, this is going to affect bonding. And then she said that old things of that nature, right? So then he said that's understandable. You can learn over time and all of the things, and that she's beautiful and all this and that. And so I think by our let's look, she's looking like, okay, dude, you're telling these women the same thing. They're all beautiful. You're all trying to be politically correct. Like we got to get some variety here. We got to tell us something, right? And so then there was another lady who, her name was Sherelle, I believe. She was 30 years old. She was licensed in insurance and also a Christian content creator. And so also felt that he was, unsure about having more children. And she said she has a son and she wants more kids. So he said that she's beautiful but not his type. And Arlette asked him why. And he said because she was a little too skinny for him, y'all. So now at this point, with all these balloon pops, now we're down to 2 ladies, you guys. We're down to 2 ladies. We're down towards the end, right? So at this point, now it's back to Gerald to ask these ladies questions. Okay, what is, the most difficult times in your life? What do you resort to? So there's one lady, her name is Alexandria. She's 36. She's a stylist of fitness and something else. She was licensed in something else. And then she says she was a Leo. Now, as a Leo, I don't, it's not something that we need to broadcast to the people because they have negative stereotypes of us. But it was funny because she was standing on business. So I was here for it. But I never want people to be defined by their zodiac sign, right? So nonetheless, she says she turns to God no matter what's going on. She pointed to her having a cross necklace on. And then she has a cross in the car just in case she forgets it. Now, that is something interesting. And so then we go to Millie, who was at the very end. She's 33. She's a chef. She said she's a God-fearing woman. She said God is everything to her, and she's running to him before she runs to anything else, no questions. And then I think they, tried to ask if she had something else that she wanted to ask him back. He did. She said she had a brain freeze. So then we circle back to Alexandria if she has a question for Gerald. And she was like, you were, talked about some mistakes in the past. What was that about? So he said that he made mistakes in the past. He said when he was in his early 20s, he was not very faithful. And so he had to hold himself accountable and have a closer relationship with God. He was in therapy and, really focused in on areas that he needed to improve on to be the best example and be accountable. And then he said, practicalize. And I was like, practicalize? I was like, okay. And so then, she was like, well, I was just making sure because, I don't play. I like to get to the nitty gritty. So then the question was asked, where do you live? The chef asked, I believe. And so he said that he lives in ATL. So she asked, do you do long distance and all of that? And so he said, ultimately right now he's stuck in Atlanta, but he is willing to relocate. He has a good working relationship with his ex-wife, and his ex-wife knows how involved he wants to be in the kids' lives. So the chef is located in Arizona. And so the other lady, she's in the or she's from originally the DMV, but she's since moved to Houston. So then we're down to these two. So Arlette tells him, okay, now you got to choose somebody. So whose balloon do you feel between the two that you need to pop, that you feel that you're least compatible with? So he pops the chef's balloon, which I knew was going to happen. So she gives the chef the opportunity to say her piece on this guy and why she left her balloon unpopped. She felt that he communicated well. He was handsome. She said she likes his eyelashes. She felt that he had good oral hygiene and that he had really gorgeous teeth that were bright and white, and felt that he was a wonderful person and all this and that. So he said she was great, but he said that she just wasn't his type. And so then we circle back to Alexandria, who is the lone lady standing with their balloon on whether or not she is going to move forward. And, he talks about how he is Liberian. He's from Liberia. He's from West Africa. He came to America on the age of 18. And so the Alexandria lady was like, okay, I just need to make sure you got the demons out your system. And I started cracking up. And she was like, you've been through enough, as well, like, is all the demons out? And so he said that he feels all the demons are out of his system. He feels that, he likes, that she's a little bit feisty. And he says that he's emotionally controlled. He likes to communicate and figure out the issue to resolve the problem and get to the root of things. And so, then Arlette asked the two of them, hey, do you guys want to, continue forward? And so they both said yes. And they said this is a match. So right off the bat, you guys, we have a match, but I have a feeling this is about to go left as the episode goes on. But we have a successful match. Let me know in this video, what do you think of Gerald and the other ladies? This was the first contestant on episode 1 of the newest season, of the newest episode that dropped today. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do more reviews on this show and all this and that. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.